Good morning. It is July the 10th, not January the 10th, July the 10th. I'm headed downtown, but I'm going to stretch it out a little bit, take a more circuitous route. Normally I would walk along the creek, so I'm going to kind of do that. We'll walk up to the bridge and over, then go back through Rotary Park, and then along the lake, and then by the new swimming pool, and then downtown to my usual coffee shop for working. And then I probably won't live stream my walk home later in the day. Sorry I haven't been here for about 3 days. Things just didn't work out. We had a lot of work being done around the house. And that tied me up, and then it was hot yesterday by the time I was thinking of walking, and I had so much to do publishing-wise. So much to do publishing-wise. Shadow Paw Press, my publishing company, has signed on with a distribution company, Lit Distco, which is a part of LPG, Literary Press Group, that I'm now a member of. And part of that is I had to transfer or upload all the metadata for all of the books I published so far, which is rather a lot. That was a much bigger job than I actually thought. And it would have been even bigger if I hadn't been able to, I just got sprinkled on. It would have been even bigger if I hadn't been able to copy some from other places. Anyway, it's done. Now I still have to do all the upcoming titles, and I'm talking to a printer, and I'm talking to Salesforce, and this is like everything has kicked up to a level I never would have thought possible when I started Shadow Paw Press in 2018. The only piece of the puzzle that's missing is making money, which I really hope with the distribution and the Salesforce I might actually do better than I have. I don't know what they're doing over here, other than this truck's about to back into me. I don't know if that's just the garbage truck or if that was something else. It is garbage day. We're going up and walk along the dike because I haven't done that for a while. I just realized I put on the wrong pair of shoes. These are one of my worn out pairs I'm wearing. I thought, why do they feel so thin on the ground? Well, that would be why. They'll work, but they actually do have a hole in the bottom. They're the same color as my new ones. Otherwise, they don't look a thing like them, but they'll work. I'm going to go back and change them. So I saw somebody walking their dog along the dike, so there's our first dog of the day. It's quite pleasant right now. It's about, 14 degrees maybe. It was 12 last time I checked, so it's probably a couple of degrees warmer. And it's only going to 22 today, which is very pleasant. After being 29 or something yesterday, which was warm when our air conditioner is still broken. That's one of the things that's had people in the house as we try to get set to put in a new furnace. Because the real problem was the blower on the furnace, and very expensive to repair, and within spitting distance of a new furnace, and we can get some insurance money, so we decided to go for a new furnace. It's kind of weird, you have to replace your furnace to make your air conditioner work, but that's the way it goes. Nothing has shown up in that new house, or in that lot, where the house was torn down. No new house has shown up there yet, or any sign of one. Carrying extra weight because I got my computer bag on me today. Everything's at the peak of its summer greenery right now. Again, nice little garden down there. Really protecting some fruit trees or something. There's some sunflowers have already blossomed. Has been dry though. Haven't had any rain which is fine because we got work going on in our backyard, but from an overall point of view, they could use some rain. I know farmers would like to have some.
I went to that.
Morning. So we'll just go up here across the bridge and we'll walk down the other side in Rotary Park. We'll cross Albert Street at the south end of the Albert Street Bridge and walk along the lake a little bit, past the sinkhole, see what's happening there, past the new swimming pool, and then downtown to Brood Awakening. It's my destination here, where I'll have coffee and something to eat while I continue to work. Then lunch at the Hotel Saskatchewan, and then home in the middle of the afternoon, which I probably won't live stream since I'm making this one longer. Tomorrow, I don't know what's happening yet. I'm hoping they might be replacing that furnace tomorrow, but I have no indication yet. That's one of the things I have to follow up on. All right, over the bridge, looking to the east, and looking to the west.
At the other end of the week, right? So that
I got lots of people out walking in pairs this morning. Our second dog. Oh, here's somebody all by himself. You see more people in nice weather, and in summer days you see more people first thing in the morning because it's cooler. There's the creek, of course. These houses back right up on it, which is kind of nice for them. Upper view, you get some sort of view. Upper floor, you get some sort of view. Our first jogger. Again, I need to do those bingo cards. First viewer to get a bingo gets a free book, ebook. You would just have to tell me at what point, give the time code for when you saw a jogger, someone with a dog, someone with two dogs. There's all sorts of possibilities. Some are rarer, like cats. Rabbits are not that rare, but they would be a good one. Squirrels. Person walking a dog would be a freebie because that happens in every single walk. Rabbits, not quite that often, or squirrels. I don't think I'd do birds, unless it was a specific bird, like a crow. Joggers, as I said. Walkers you'd always run into somebody, so I don't know if I'd do that, but it might be walker wearing earbuds or something like that. Or Saskatchewan Rough Rider jersey. There's geese, of course. You don't necessarily see them on every walk, but they're pretty common. There must be some app that makes randomized bingo cards that you can fill in whatever you want for the squares. Or you could use the same card over and over, really, because every walk is different. Look, teenage geese. That's a one-legged goose. That goose is, isn't it? No, he's holding his foot up for some reason. Geese, geese, geese. I'll probably get hissed at. Indeed. Yeah, look, nobody's chasing you. It's okay. Of course, what geese leave behind is all over the path, too. Coming this way, we'll see the spillway, so we'll see if there's any pelicans under there when we get to the bridge and the dam up here. What are they up to? I don't know. Seems to be digging out some sod. I don't know why. Putting in flowers, maybe? Mowing happening up here. Second jogger. You can go. I suppose I could divide it by sex. Male jogger, female jogger. He's zipping around pretty quick there. Another one. Piece of equipment. I don't know what he's up to. Looks like he's edging the trees, maybe. There's the spillway. Don't see any penguins. Penguins. I definitely don't see any penguins. Pelicans. There's a duck. Another one you could put on the bingo card. Yeah, sometimes there's pelicans down there, but not today. A lot of workmen around, though, working on the park this morning. This is a flood control berm here. It has some openings in it, but you could sandbag across those. And I have seen water in this park. Not recently, but a few years ago. So it does happen. All right, we'll go up here to the corner, cross over, and we'll go down by the lake for a bit. And then turn north to downtown. This house was completely redone a while ago. It looks like it's always been that color, but it wasn't. It was brown and yellow, if I remember right. Quite thoroughly redone. Timing's pretty good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, there's a bit of a unofficial path here that we'll take, because I don't usually. One of those paths that's just made by people walking the way they want to walk, as opposed to where the designers want you to walk. There's the lake. The fountain over there is an aeration fountain that puts oxygen in the water for the fishies and keep down weed growth, algae growth. Geese, geese, geese. Here's the dam, which we just saw the other side of a minute ago. Flying Canadian flags as of Canada Day 9 days ago, on July 1st. If you go back, you can watch the fireworks with me that night from right up there on the bridge. Right about there, actually, because I was looking over the walkway here and saw the very put-upon geese swimming around in this little enclosure here, not liking the fireworks at all, or the number of people around. There's the dam in the center of the bridge. That's the provincial coat of arms there in the very middle. Right here. Nice symmetrical look at it. I go up a little higher, you can get the flags and the coat of arms in it. And I don't see any boats, but there's geese out there. And then up here's the sinkhole. This is all completely blocked off for that reason. Let's see if they've done anything different than the last time I was by. It's this big hole, and they had lined it with concrete. They filled it in. Something's different. It's got wood around it. I don't know what that's all about. The hole itself, I guess, is still over there. We won't actually see it. But those pumps are part of it. And my guess would be, yes, it's a big concrete dip. That's what it is in the ground now. On the other side of the bridge, there's somebody's backyard that's all fenced in because it was affected by it as well. Legislative building, of course. The aforementioned fountain. There's another one you can see way over there. I haven't walked by it for a while. I didn't walk around the lake on Friday like I did the week before. We'll see about this week. Next week I'll be in Winnipeg at the time I'd normally walk around the lake. I don't know that I'll do any walks in Winnipeg. Probably not. I'm at the North American Science Fiction Convention, and I am on programming. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but my name appears there, so I don't know. I'll be somewhat busy. I'd do a walk around the convention. That might be interesting if they have a good dealer's room. Pimicon, it's called. Science fiction conventions often have punny names like that. Pimicon. Watch out for the water here. It's going just a little further than I would like. Looks like we can get by before it swings back. There's our third dog. I guess that'd be another option. Dog walked by two people. Two dogs, one person. This is the gazebo, bandstand, I guess. Been there a long time. It's probably maybe, that one got me. Didn't see it coming. Another look at the legislative building over there. Now the new pool is up there. We will go past it up here once we turn off of this path. That's the group of guys I always call the old guys. Probably not that much different from me in age, but they walk around the lake on a regular basis. Okay, we'll go up here now, leave the lake. Through park. More park workers. Girls in this case. Women. And there's the new pool. There's always been a playground in this vicinity. That is all new equipment. And over there you can see the water slide. Much nicer than what was there. Took a couple of years to make it. Doesn't appear to be open at the moment. There you can see the water slide better. Oh, you know, there's people in there. It's just not crowded with kids yet. There's some of the little rent-a-scooters that are now available in Regina. That's a new thing. Wascana Pool. That's the City of Regina logo. I can't keep walking along the fence. It ends up here, so we will leave the pool. This is still here, whatever this is. It's been blocking this little piece of the sidewalk since the last time I walked back here. There's another look at the new water slide over there. We'll walk up here, I think, between Dark Hall and the college building. This is the new credit union building. That's the back of Dark Hall. All of this was recently built or refurbished. Yeah, I want to go this way. There, as I often mention, is the tree where I had my picture taken in front of many times back in the 90s when we used to do shows always at the same time, the week after the long weekend after the long weekend in May. So this would just be budding out and we'd have our picture taken right about here. It was much smaller 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 30 years ago. It was a good few years. I always knew what I'd be doing that weekend. I was in all the shows, not always with as big a part as I would like, but sometimes. All our shows were in Dark Hall right up till 99, I think, was the first year we left Dark Hall. And since then, whenever they do a big show, it's been in the University Theatre in the Riddell Center at the University of Regina. That's CBC and the soundstage down there. This is the back of the college building. This was once just kind of wilderness back here, wasteland. All this landscaping was new, along with the refurbishment of that. And of course, this whole new wing. There was an old wing that came back here, but it was unsalvageable. Dark Hall to our left. Once the main performance space in Regina, and now a very nice one again. Hope I get a chance to perform in it again someday. We'll go down here to Scarth Street, I guess, which is the best place to cross. And we'll take it straight downtown then. But this is just facade at this end, with all new building behind it. And the old building only really goes from the tower here down the other way. Everything behind here is brand new. But they kept the facade, which is nice. That's the main entrance. The Royal Conservatory of Music is in here. A Regina Conservatory. Maybe it's not a Royal Conservatory, I'm not entirely sure. Conservatory of Performing Arts, I think is what they actually call it. Nice look at the front of the building. Right, but we're going to go here down Scarth Street. Over there is the old college building, which is now, was gutted and only has the facade. And it's the soundstage now. And various offices, including Saska Books, the publishing association I'm part of. Vice president last year. I don't know that I will stay there. I have no desire to be president. Once a house, now an lawyer's office. We will go up Scarth here, past our condo, our building where we have a condo, where we lived when we were first married. This one was built in '95. This whole block had Central Collegiate on it, which was like the earliest and biggest high school in the city at the time when it was built. So they built this one in '95. That's College Park. This is College Court. I don't remember what they call that one over there. There was a third one built in 2000, so the whole block is now condos. Actually, we'll go up here and go through Central Park, I think. So yeah, this is where I lived for a few years after we were first married. And we lived there again while our house was being renovated. Right now it's kind of the east wing of our house and guest space and all of that. We've never rented it. It's got too much stuff in it. These trees are the old ones from when the high school was here, but then these were all little saplings when we moved in '97. So that's how much they've grown in 25 years. We have a nice little gazebo back here. It's our third dog, or is it our fourth? I've lost track. Looks like the flowers are coming in nicely here, though, in the little park. So take a pass through Central Park. Yeah, they've come in nicely. Guess that wasn't corn they planted in the middle. They have had corn in the middle, but that's not corn. They're prairie lilies, unless there's something else underneath them. Still not at its peak. It's got a ways to go. Flowers tend to peak about the time they freeze around here. This comes September, they'll be freezing. There's a rose garden here. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. I never promised you one, but here's one anyway. This is nice. The roses tend to go missing as people clip them off, but what are you going to do? People can't live with them. Can't live with them. Old apartment buildings over here. Central Park was originally a sports park, and I didn't point it out, but back there there's a little marker for Mary Baker Eddy? Is that her name? I was getting confused with, or was that the scientist, Christian Scientist woman? Anyway, it's close, something like that. Can't believe I can't remember it off the top of my head. Anyway, she kind of used to play in this park, and she went on to play in the All-American Professional Girls Baseball League, a league of their own. It's not Mary Baker Eddy. I'm sure that's the Christian Scientist. Science and health with the key to the scriptures. Only about 3 blocks to go here. That will probably be it for today. As I said, I don't think I will record my walk home. I might have to go down to the drugstore and get a thumb brace of all things. I might have one somewhere, actually. I should look before I buy one. I have arthritis in both thumbs, and this morning I was filling the cat water fountain, holding it in my left hand, and of course it gets heavier and heavier because it holds half a gallon of water. And I didn't notice anything. But when I put it down, I suddenly realized my thumb was hurting like crazy, and it's been sore ever since. I actually had trouble tying my shoes a little bit because my left thumb was hurting. So I hope that's just a temporary exacerbation of the existing condition. And it goes back to being what it was, which is the occasional twinge, but nothing that bothers me too much. It's probably the result of years of typing. I like, well, not this one so much, but there's one of the old ones, but this next one here is a nice older one, always seems well kept up. Has the red roof, which is fun. Never been in it, don't know what the apartments are like. Old-fashioned, I'm sure. Another old one over there. And then some of the taller buildings. That tall one to the right, there's a coffee shop there I sometimes go to, but I decided today I would just go down to Rude Awakening. Stop sign here, so a good place to cross. Two-way stop because it's one way in both directions. That's the Wawa Temple Shriners. Oh, good morning. It's running me a little late. I'm almost done, but you can always go back and watch it, the recording, of course. Ali. Blessed Sacrament Church, Hotel Saskatchewan past that. And this is the back of the SAS Power building, the tall one there, curvy one. The front is much fancier than the back, as they tend to be in buildings. That used to be the bus station, but not for a long time now. There's the condo building, that's pretty new. Has the the coffee shop in the bottom. And this intersection up here is where I'll stop, so almost done this morning's walk. I'm not heading to the place that says beer here, a little early for that. Gulf's there is a restaurant that's been there forever. And the taller building behind it used to be the Assiniboia Club, that is now Crave. My wife's parents' wedding reception was in there when it was the Assiniboia Club. The club was still kind of going when I moved here, but it faded sometime in the 90s or early 2000s. So all of this they've been refurbishing. Looks nice. And I will stop here, unless the light changes just as I get there. No, I got a minute. So I'll stop here looking at Rude Awakening, which is where I'm headed. Take a look up at the Avery Tower. That's it for now. I'll be back tomorrow, I hope, depending on what's happening with Workman. Bye for now.